Hey there, it's Mark Whiteley here, and first off, let me assure you this is not a sales video of any kind or whatsoever. The purpose of this video is just to basically make sure you understand how to receive your email cash funnel that you just opted in for, and to give you some more cool free training that's going to help you out. Now on top of this, I've also got 3 more freebies that I want to give you as well. It's going to help you succeed a whole lot faster and see results a whole lot faster as well. Okay, so your email cash funnel is going to be sent to your inbox as soon as this short video ends. And I've also decided to give you 2,860 swipe files that you can use in your email marketing campaigns. You simply copy and paste those, upload them, and they're good to go. They've all been tested, they convert, they do multiple different campaigns, and you can just simply edit those or use them as they are. And that's also going to be sent to your inbox as well. Now, before you go anywhere, I've got 2 more freebies that I want to give you. The first free gift is some training that I want to give you right now. So I'm going to head over to my computer in a minute, and I'm actually going to jump on there and I'm going to deliver that training to you right now. So don't go anywhere, because that's coming up in just a minute. Now this training is something that I'm giving to you guys purely because of all the requests I've had from many of my students. Basically what they're saying is they're just not getting the open rates, the deliverability, the click-through rates, and generally they're not making enough money from their email marketing efforts. So what I've done is I've put together some good training that's going to help you increase your deliverability, your open rates, your click-through rates, and make more money from every email that you send or are about to start sending. Now the final gift is an opportunity to work with me one-on-one and actually partner up. Now I'm looking for 10 more people so I can actually partner up with them and work with them in a one-on-one basis to help them build their own 6-figure online business. Now with this, we've got a 100% success rate from every single student that's gone through my personal coaching and my actual system, and every single person that I've worked with personally has been successful. Now you're going to see a big green button below this video, and when you click on that, that's going to take you to a special page that's got a special video on there that explains exactly what you can expect, the results you can expect to achieve, and how you can go about working with me one-on-one, and we can partner up together to make sure we build you a online business that is 100% successful. So watch the rest of this training video right now, and then go ahead and click on that green button below and check out the video where you can get to partner up with me. Okay, so here I am over on my trusty computer. So what we're going to do here is cover how to write powerful emails, how to increase deliverability, and how to utilize your new 2,860 email swipe files. Okay, so there are a number of things you can be doing to increase the amount of emails you send that get actually delivered. So when it comes to emails, there's between about 30% and about 50% of your emails will actually never get delivered at all. I mean, it's shocking, but that is the reality, and it's because of a number of different things. Now, the biggest email provider is clearly Gmail. So this information is based around the new Gmail algorithms and what they look for when you send an email. So your emails end up under 3 different categories, which is spam, promotions, and straight into the inbox, which is what we want, right? So what Gmail looks for when they are sending your emails onto your subscribers are 1, unique emails. So you gotta make sure they're as unique as possible. So when it comes to the swipes that I've given you, they're good for a guide, but you want to go ahead and change them up a little bit. All right. The open rate. So the open rate really needs to be a little bit greater than 6% open rate on your emails, because this will then clarify with Gmail and other providers that it is something people are interested in, so they'll start to deliver more of those particular emails. So the next one is click rates, right? So if your click rates are really, really low, then they will be generally won't be delivered at all, or they're just going to go straight to the spam folder. So really what you want to do is you want to make sure that 1, you're getting good open rates, and 2, that you're getting some click rates. So if you're getting a hugely high open rate but your click rates are low, it's going to affect you as well. If you're getting a low open rate and your click rates are high, they'll actually be okay, and your open rates will start to increase, your deliverability will increase as well. So trigger words, right? Words like free, make money, easy cash, etc., right? So all these sort of words, you know, if you use those, you can do them, but you need to use them in moderation. So they're usually going to trigger a spam issue. So be careful with those particular words. Okay, so now I will go into some more detail on each one of these so we can learn a little bit more. 1, open rates, right? The first thing you need to do is when selecting an email as your from email, so the email that you're actually sending it from, so you'll be able to just choose that in GetResponse, Aweber, Market Hero, whatever it may be. You want to always use a domain email, okay, and not a general email address. That initially will cause a problem and will send you to the spam, rightio? So
If you use a free email service like Gmail to have as your sender email address, then it's pretty much going to end up in the junk folder and it will not get delivered at all. Right? So for example, I would use mark@markwhiteley.com. So my domain is markwhiteley.com. So I would create a email in that domain or the hosting provider and call it just Mark or whatever you wanted to call it at the website, okay? And you would not use, for instance, markwhiteley@gmail.com. That would not get delivered, whereas the other one would, right? Yeah. A good open rate shows Gmail that your emails are of value. So the higher the open rate, the better. So you want to really work on your open rates. Okay, so let's talk about that. 10% is good, right? So if you're getting open rates at around 10%, that's pretty good, right? It's going to work in your favor. 15% is fantastic, that's great, right? And 20% is absolutely amazing. So if you can get 20% open rates, you're going to find that your income will will go up quite dramatically. So a 20% is quite amazing. Now 5% is okay. So if you've got around about 5% open rate, it's fine, but any less than that, it's going to actually cause a problem with deliverability. Clearly, people aren't interested in what you've got to send, so therefore Gmail will notice that and they're going to not deliver those or put them straight into promotions or in the junk or spam folder, right? Yeah. So click-through rates, right? So this works hand in hand with your open rates, and the higher the click-through rates, the better. So you want to get people opening your emails clearly, right? But then you want to make sure that your click-through rates are good. Therefore, they're looking at, okay, what they're sending is good, right? People are opening them up and they're interested in what they've got to say. So they're clicking on the links inside that email and they're going to wherever they're actually sending them. So you want to try and get your click-through rates up, right? So if your emails have a great subject line but is not targeted, you're going to get a great open rate. Rightio, but you're also going to get a very low click-through rate, and this can hurt you as well. So you want to try to match the two together. You want to sort of have an equal balance between open rates and click-through rates if possible, right? Something you'll need to work on. So it's best to try and increase your open rate and click-through rates equally, right? Yeah. So like I said, a good open rate and a good click-through rate on the same level is very, very good. So the email subject lines need to be good, and the email copy also needs to be good. So you've got to work on both. It's not something you can just copy and paste and spam it out there. You need to sort of think about your actual emails. All right, yeah. So let's talk about click-through rates. 20 to 30% is incredible. So if you're getting an open rate of 10, 12, 15, 20%, you're going really well. And then if your click-through rates are around 20 to 30%, you're going to be killing it. You're doing very, very well, right? That's incredible. 15% is also very, very good. 10% is also quite good as well, so that will still be very, very good, and you will get deliverability will go up. So 5%, once again, like I said before, is okay, and it's fine, but once again, anything less than 5% will actually cause you a problem with your deliverability as well. Maybe not initially, but over time, it will start to affect your deliverability. Okay, so some factors that increase open rates and click-through rates. Let's start with open rates. First of all, subject line. I mean, clearly, subject line is probably the most important one. This is the obvious reasons that emails get opened or not. All right. It's also the first factor that is taken into consideration when Gmail looks at whether to deliver the email and whether it goes in the spam folder or the inbox. Okay, so the subject line needs to be intriguing, and it needs to give the person a desire to learn more about what you have in the email. So you want to sort of open a loop with your actual subject line, so they think, what is he talking about? I've got to read this, right? Make it interesting, make it intriguing. Questions are good. You want to make sure you're getting that open rate. So you're going to work on those as well. Plus, my swipes are there to help you. So this is where those swipe files that you now have are going to come in handy. So you can use those and edit them to help you with ideas for good subject lines that work for your particular campaign. Now, there are 4 different factors that you should consider when writing your subject lines to try and increase your actual open rates. Okay, so let's get into that. 1, you want to try and display a benefit, right? Yeah, display a benefit with whatever it is you're about to teach them, tell them, inform them in the actual email. 2, you want to try and create intrigue, so something that gets them interested enough to want to open that email, right? Yeah. I also find that if you're using brackets, okay, that's also a very powerful way, and you want to use some sort of a powerful clickable text in the brackets. Okay, so they work very well, and it stands out amongst the crowd. So if a person's getting hundreds of emails on a daily basis, How are they going to find you? You want to make sure that that actual subject line stands out. Brackets do that, and it works very well. So punctuation, what you want to do there, you want to limit that to about 3, right, at most in your subject line. So brackets, right, that would count as 1. That's an actual punctuation. And ending with ... was also another one, right? So that's kind of what you want to stick to. Now, you don't want to do any more than 2 dots at the end of a subject line. That if you do 3 or 4, it's more than likely going to end up in the promotions folder. Okay, it's weird, but that is what my testing has shown me over time. 2 dots is good, so it sort of gives the person the idea there's more to read, so they want to read that. 3 or 4 dots will probably end that in the spam folder. Okay, so now let's get into some factors that will increase your open rates and click-through rates. Again, this is going to be all on click-through rates. So how do we increase that? So your email copy or content is one of the major factors that's going to increase or decrease the amount of subscribers that click through the links in your actual emails, which is important. Okay, so there are 4 main factors that will affect your click-through rates. Number 1 is deliverability. Okay, are your emails getting delivered? Now, if they're not getting delivered, you're not going to get in click-throughs. All right, so that's one factor. That's an obvious one. All right, the next one is your length of email. Okay, so I'm going to go into this more detail, but length of email is important when it comes to long or short or medium-sized emails. You want to sort of mix it up, and there's certain emails that will get higher click-throughs. Okay, so the offer link. Now, wherever you put your link, you want to make sure that you have it so it's enticing, okay? And it works better, and deliverability is increased, plus the click-throughs will also increase when the link is part of the text, right? And not just a click here now, right? So in other words, if your subject line is, how to make 6 figures online per year, right? Something like that, right? So inside the email, you'll go, learn more on how to make 6 figures per line on, per year, right? And that would be a clickable link that will take them to whatever it is you're trying to send them to. Okay, that works good. Use your subject lines in your links. It works very, very well. Okay. Also, the visual look and flow of your email copy. So if it's a damn mess, right, people are going to not want to even read it. Okay, so it's got to look good and it's got to flow. All right, so the flow of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll break down each of these in a bit more detail. So deliverability, right? This one is obvious. As I said, the better your deliverability, the more, I should have spelled that right, it's not the move, the more people that see your actual emails. Therefore, this increases your open rates, and it's clearly going to increase your click-through rates. Okay, length of email. So there's no such thing as the perfect length, right? You need to test and tweak, and you'll find different things. Now, I find the shorter the email, the more clicks you're going to receive, right? So the shorter the email, the more clicks. The longer the email, then usually you're going to get fewer clicks, but the ones that do go ahead and click will be more qualified, and they usually result in more sales. So the conversions are higher on a longer email, right? It's just something I've found over time. So for expensive, more high ticket promotions, I recommend a longer email. Okay, for low end promotions, I recommend a shorter email. Okay, so now let's look at link placement. So you're usually going to find that if you place your link where there is a call to action text or within the relevant sentence, then the click-throughs are higher and more qualified. So like I said before, instead of having this click here now to do this or whatever, click here to access, all that sort of stuff is fine every now and then, but you want to sort of, if you're just got some text that sort of describes something about what they're going to be learning or a benefit of it, highlight that benefit and make that a clickable link. That works very well. All right. So try not to put in a raw link, right, or an affiliate link that is not cloaked. It looks ugly. Everyone knows that it's an affiliate link, and if it looks untrustworthy, they're not going to click on it, right? So I personally use subdomains or pretty links as they are more clickable. I actually use ClickMagick as well, and I turn it into a domain. Okay, so you can get into that yourself if you wanted to, but subdomains or pretty links are pretty fine, and they're just way more clickable. Alrighty, so also don't always just put click here to learn more or click here to get access. You need to mix it up a little bit. You can put some of those in there, but you want to mix it up with just text and just content and make that clickable, right? So the visual look and flow. Now, the visual appearance seems to be one of the biggest factors in whether a person will click on a link or not. First of all, it starts off whether they can actually read it, all right? So when you first open an email, it either looks very readable and pleasing to look at, or it's a mess, right? Which makes you just personally not want to read it at all, or sometimes just skim read it, right? So people will just skim read it if it's just too hectic. So you want to make sure that the flow of it looks good and it's it just overall looks good, right? And it's easy to read and easy on the eyes. Okay, so the visual of an email can be broken down into some important factors as well. One, using bold, italics, and underlining. Rightio, I'll go into these in more detail in a minute. Bullet points and length of sentences, it's important as well. Images, that's not really needed, and too many will cause a spam trigger. It comes into the promotions tab, but it does help engage the reader from time to time. Alrighty, so only ever use the word free 1 to 2 times in your email, if at all, right? Or in your subject line, as this can send in a spam trigger as well. The same goes with the word guarantee or guaranteed. So this can also send in a spam trigger if overused. So, you're fine to use that every now and then, but you'll probably find, if you do it too many times, you're just going to end up in the spam folder, and Gmail or all the other providers will know this, and they're going to then go ahead and just forward yours onto the promotions or the spam. Okay, so just limit the amount of times you use the word free or guarantee or guaranteed. Alrighty, use bolding and underlining only really to highlight relevant, important parts of the email. So this is usually done for skim readers. So if you're skim reading, you want to make sure that the important points are standing out, so that sort of captures their attention. Okay, so skim readers. So this is what you want to do. You want to bold. You just want to bold enough to explain the main benefits, right, or the concept of the email or the actual message. So, for instance, yourself, go ahead and do it. Skim read through a few emails, and if it's a good email, you'll see those bolded points or the underlined points will stand out. You'll get a gist of what the email is about, and it'll either make you want to click or not click. Okay, if you then go ahead and skim read through it and you see these bolded points, usually a person will read then, if they're interested, before that bolded point or after the bolded point. So they're going to end up reading the entire email if you go ahead and bold and underline the right things in your email. Right, so that's important. So here are some final tips that you can take away from this. 1, create rhythm with only short sentences. Now, keep your sentences short. If it's too long, it's just too much. People are busy, right? They don't have time to read a million words in a sentence. So keep your sentences short so they can quickly read through it. Radio. Also, visually break up the email so it's easy on the eyes and a pleasure to read. So when you're going and editing your email, when you're looking at emails, use your own judgment. Look at it and go, right, that's just too much. I can break this sentence up, I can make that into 2 sentences, I can split this paragraph apart. Make sure it's visually good, right? So break them up so the emails look good on the eyes, right? Yeah. Numbers, bullet points, and specifics. Now, these things add value and a visual flow to your emails. So if you've got a couple of paragraphs and then you have 3 or 4 bullet points, that's going to really break things up. People's eyes are drawn to the bullet points. Using numbers and using specifics within your email does work very well. It adds some value to it, and it also creates more visual flow in your emails as well. Okay, so also try to write in an enticing way. Write like you're writing to your friend. Okay, for instance, if you're getting suggested to go on, someone tells you about a cool movie, right, and they're really excited about it, and they tell you about it, and they give you a bit of an idea about it. The next time you're at your movies, you've got no idea what to watch. You're going to remember what they told you. Okay, it's the same thing. You want to drop that sort of hint. You want to put it in an enticing way, so they're like, "This is interesting. I wonder what this is about. I'm going to learn more." So they click on the link. They go and check out the product or whatever it is you're sending them to. Right. So try and write in an enticing way. And finally, use enticing text, right, to links from instead of the common click here text. Now, I've said this a few times, but use enticing text that makes people want to learn more. Now, I always find whatever your subject line is, they open the email purely because of the subject line. Right, so there's no reason why they wouldn't click on a link if it's similar or has the same words in it that your subject line. So your subject line got them to open, so why wouldn't your subject line get them to click? So try and use your subject line in your clickable text in the email. Alrighty, so now let me just quickly go over it, and I'm going to show you a few tips around using my swipe files that I have provided for you. So let me just shoot over there now, and we'll take a quick look at some of these and just a couple of tips for you to take away from. Alrighty, yeah. So I'll just shoot over there now. Okay, so when you download them, here they are, right? And there's like lots, right? They range from all different things. So from promotions that I've done, from even sending to JVs to get people to promote, so like affiliates as well. There's a couple of different niches in there. So it's pretty much covers a whole bunch of stuff, and you will never run out of ideas when it comes to different headlines, subject lines, different sort of content as well. Now, things like this, you want to avoid too many dollar figures in here. So I've got a pretty good spam ratio, so therefore it doesn't hurt me too much. So what you want to do is when you open them up, you can come in here. It's going to tell you the subject line, okay, and there's the body copy. Now, if you don't collect their first name, clearly you're going to change that and say, "Hi there," whatever it may be. Clearly, you want to go ahead and change my link to your link. Okay, so you want to make sure it's your relevant link, and you can have that as a link like that. I would generally change that up for, you know, hey, would you like to check out more? Go ahead and go here, and you know, even this here, it's really short and well worth watching. That could be the link. Okay, that could be the link, right? Yeah. So you want to go ahead and change some things up. And now, what you want to do, right, for deliverability and uniqueness, take the email, get ideas from it. Rightio, reword it a little bit in your own words, or you know, at least reword half of it. Change up this subject line slightly. Okay, so here we got 27,847 in 10 days video presentation. You could change that to like 27K in 10 days or less. Check out this video. Rightio, learn more here, something like that, right? So it's kind of the same subject line, but a little bit more of a different spin on it. Rightio. So that's pretty much how you use it. You've got all these, right? You've got absolutely ton to look at and choose from and use throughout your campaigns. It should really, really, really help you, you know, progress in your email marketing and get somewhere when it comes to making money from email marketing. You will never run out. Look, there's 2,860 of them. Yeah, so 2 items, 2860, right? So it's all there. All right, yeah. So hopefully that's helped you, and hopefully you've gotten something out of this training video.
Okay, so hopefully that training was good, and hopefully it helped you out and give you some good information. So now what you need to do is click on the button below the video. That's going to take you to that special page where you'll see the video where I explain exactly what you can achieve and what you can expect when you work with me one-on-one to build your online business. So go ahead, click on that button now, check out the video, and I look forward to talking to you real soon.